Friday, May 16th. Getting this all trenched out with my new to me 1999 Cat excavator. Robert Sr. is trenching away. It's about 3 foot from here to the water's edge drop. So he kind of transitioned this. So this will have that corrugated stuff with the silt cover on it. Put some peat stone in the hole. Come down here. Goose is having too much fun today. He's got some trenches to play in. And then it will go out this way with schedule 40. I might leave that clean out in, I don't know yet. And then same thing all the way down here. Water table is really high, as you can see. It's also really saturated around the porch just because all the water from the rainstorm last night just comes off the roof and sits right here, and it's kind of clay-like down there. So this will really help. So went all the way to the end of the porch. We got to hand dig a little bit there. So this will be corrugated as well. Hopefully we can get enough pitch down from that corner with a elbow out that way. That might be the trickiest part, just getting that pitch right. And then we'll join that up with a Y and go out to the schedule 40 with an adapter. And then I want to get electrical out to my dock, so just putting another little trench out that way. So I'm gonna have 10-2 wire, get as far as I can. I might have to go pick up a longer one. I only have a 100-foot spool, but I'll probably go get a 250 and then just run it as far as I can. While this trench is open, just gonna have direct burial, come all the way up to here, and then leave whatever's left here. And then when all this aggregate's out of the way, I'll trench from here over to the panel across here, tie in a 20 amp breaker probably. 10-2 will do 30 amps at 100 foot. So I think 20 amps will be good over that distance, because it's probably going to end up being about 200 plus feet. So that's today. All right, we got electrical run down to the dock off of 10-2 wire, 250 foot. Should give me a good 20 amp circuit, maybe 30, but I don't really need that. Just got to put a transit on this, make sure our pitch is good. And this will have a downspout tie-in down here on the end. No, it showed up in the mail. Somebody with the wrong address. So to go out to the schedule 40, which is already piped into the water. Gotta dig this out up closer to get a downspout tie-in for this whole front side. Robert's putting P-rock in the top of the pipe. This is a corrugated material with a silk sock on it, so it doesn't really wet anything too big into the pipe. And then we made a curve here. This is all coming downhill from that end. Then I have a downspout tie-in here. I need to pipe that up a little bit so we don't get rock in it. And another downspout down there. I don't know which one we'll use, if it's that end or maybe they'll split in the middle and one will go to that end and one will go to this end. trench where the electrical went out. Then tomorrow, get this all filled in, and got 50 yards of topsoil over here, ready to be. There's still some grade work to do, and then 50 yards of topsoil, and then back there you can see the 1x3 crushed concrete. That'll be got some landscape fabric that'll be going down over here by the big garage door. Robert Sr. was over here with the mini, picking away and grading out over here. So landscape fabric will go down over here. And then he's kind of building it up back there. The 1x3 will go down on top of the fabric. And then I'll do some probably crushed asphalt. I really like this product. Maybe some AA, I don't know. Making some progress. Sunday, May 18th. Got a lot done this weekend with Robert Jr., Robert Sr., and Robert Jr.'s friend. We got brought a bunch of 1x3 in. There's some real nice like highway fabric underneath there. Probably gonna spread it out a little bit more, but I think that's gonna prove for a really good base, and then I can always bring in more when I need to bring this up a lot over here. This is a real low spot, and it's all, I mean, there's several inches of water in there, so I need a lot of fill dirt before I can even figure out what I want to do for a turnaround over here. So I could always bring in some more 1x3 here if I want it to go out further, but I want to figure out what I'm going to do. They left this little section with just topsoil, so I can do a little bit of landscaping there. Probably eventually dig out some of this material here and kind of have that come around for landscaping. Lots of fill-in areas here where it was real low. I'll tie in another video here where, or I may have already put it at the beginning, where we trenched all around the porch and put in corrugated drainage tile. Eventually do some eaves. Definitely need one right here. This is a big collector and it's trashing the concrete here, so I need an eaves here with a downspout that will come down that pole and out somehow. It's going to be kind of funky here, but then I did run electrical from, you can barely see the post to the left of the dock. Got electrical coming all the way into this trench, and I think I have enough to trench over there to my panel to tie in, and that'll be for that fountain and a future boat lift. I think it'll just be a 20 amp circuit, but I've got that fountain on a timer, so it'll be fine. Lots of grade work done out here to kind of create a swale, so this will go out, but any water that comes off the roof should go down into that drainage tile. We seeded it and did a starter fertilizer, and then I found a piece of fence and drug that around with my quad to kind of work it into the soil. Unfortunately, that worked a little too well and kicked up a lot of stones, so I'm gonna have a little bit of work the next week picking up all these stones, at least a lot of the bigger ones. And then we're getting a lot of rain this week, so that'll be helpful. This is the kind of the clean out for the corrugated. Comes all the way around the house. You can see downspout tie-ins on all corners, and then those kind of wide together into the Schedule 40 4-inch PVC, which goes all the way out this way. Robert Sr., Robert Jr. did the transit level to fine grade, and that comes out right there. So we'll see how well that flows when it's raining. But all my random piles of dirt that are around the yard are gone for the most part. Just one, I think there's a couple more over here. I'll use that in some other places. Excuse me, just got done sweeping. So my electrical comes out here. I gotta do a little bit more work over here. Put a little box of GFI outlet there. Actually, I'll GFI protect it right there. There were some real high spots over here they knocked down. I still got a couple holes here I'm gonna fill in eventually. I can wheelbarrow that and then track it in with my mini excavator that I got. So this is nice and level. That fence kind of did a good job of hitting the edges and knocking it down to blend it. Again, another tie in there for downspout. This got built up quite a bit over here. This was real rocky, crappy soil before. It's much better. Another tie in there. I ran out of caps, so I'm gonna have to do something there. Nice and clean around here. Lots of the big rocks I gotta clean up. This got built up a lot. There was a big pile of dirt here that was actually the original sod that that came from where the house pad was, and I think it was like 3-4 years old at this point, so it was really nice dirt. So I think that got spread out in some other areas, and then they built this up. I could always have some more topsoil brought in, but I really want to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Probably have some more landscaping there, or put in another little sidewalk that ties into that one. And then I kind of want to do a corner sidewalk in front of that AC unit, so you can actually walk on the sidewalk. Once there's grass, it'll be fine, but and then this was real wet over here, so it was difficult to get that rock out, so we're just rolling with it. I had another load of peat rock that was over here for the trenches, so a little rocky over here, but this was never really grass anyways, and it was so wet people would drive through and get stuck right there, so it doesn't hurt to build this up. I'll have a bunch of fill dirt in here eventually, but seed is down. Supposed to get 3-4 days of rain this week, so after that I'll figure out how to water all this crap from the lake. Forgot to seed over here, so I gotta get a little bit more seed. I had got four 40-pound bags, and that probably could have got a few more. This is the fabric that was used, so I'll probably use some more of that on the driveway if I bring in more material, but I need to carve some of this out before I bring any more in. It'd be real nice to have more concrete, but at least concrete out that way, so by the time it gets to the house you're not dragging in a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it was a very, very productive weekend. I can't thank those guys enough for all of their help, and got this all swept up, and I'm ready to go take a shower and chill out, because that was back breaking, rock picking upping, and anyways, thanks for watching.